Okay, sorry for that. Tell me if this stream is still having problems. 2 seconds. I hate that I have to change this every time. There. Now I can see the chat also. But tell me if the stream is still having problems. YouTube is now saying that the stream is okay. Well, that's good to see and hear me. Well, I will leave a lot of the stuff that we actually put on to prepare for today's video. Okay, I get some lag. I don't know why, but my connection has been quite poorly. Been doing quite poorly this last couple of hours. Let's see. Yeah, I cannot carry all of them. How many can I carry? 125. What if I put you back? Put you down there. This is what we are going to have to deal with. Let's take that up there. There. So we have alcohol as regen. We lost a lot of stuff to White Chester. Yeah, I know sometimes YouTube can cause problems, but I know for a fact that this is my internet connection. I am running 1/5 of what I usually do. So, but I try to put down the bitrate and stuff like that and see if it works. So, but yeah, the castle people will see on the thumbnail today is what we are going to build. Or at least we are trying to get the foundation done today. There's nobody online. If we see people online at some point, we will do some PvP. But I cannot promise people, so I am beginning to... tomorrow I will create a new thumbnail for streaming. But I simply had to find one. 2 seconds. Well, my sister is driving home, so I just had to say bye to her. So yeah, well, the YouTube problems I normally have is normally something more like... Why won't you... Thank you. We're not even going to bother with that hyena. Normally I upload quite fast on some days. My internet connection is fine, nothing else is bothering me, and YouTube takes 6 hours to upload a 1-hour video instead of like 30 minutes or so, as it usually do. Yeah, I also have a bit lag in game. I think it's the network thingy. So, but I have no control over the internet. It is the people that I rent the room with. Yeah, hyena, I will kill you too. Stupid hyena. So I don't hope the net is too annoying. I know there's just been an update for Windows, so I think it might be background downloading on the different computers we have in the apartment. So we have 3 gaming computers, not laptops, but real computers. But I can see there is some buffing issues in the stream. Is this a safe place? I'm not sure. 2 seconds. We are saying that this is a safe place. I will just take a look over here. And what is it saying? It is saying only yellow, dark yellow, red. Why is it doing that? Output. I don't know if it actually can run on these settings, but I'm trying. There. Then I have to do this, or what? Nope, let's see. Well, let's see if that helped. Just a little bit. Yeah, the snake arrows is only using branches. So while in the game, when I look at damage, race arrows do more damage but cost steel. These only cost branches, so I think it's a better deal all in all. Is the set symbol over there? One day we will go investigate that. So no reason to risk losing the foundation we need to use. As soon as I claim the area, we can begin putting up some walls, what we have and stuff like that, and hopefully get something going where I can move crafting to. We will also have a shorter travel. Lag, I hate lag. One day in the near future I want an internet connection that never lags. Out of stamina. Come on. So I'm not sure this alcohol is as good as the ambrosia, but so far it works for me. I haven't looked into all of the different arrows in the game, but I know that the race arrow is the best arrow so far. Looking purely at the damage. Some people are saying these are giving poison, but I did not get poison when I got shot earlier in the earlier stream by Jester, and she was also using the same arrows. So the whole poison thing, I think it's a myth. Yeah. They actually do look nice. So, but apparently it's a snake you use as an arrow. It's not a piece of wood carved as a snake. If you read on it, it says venomous snake transformed into deadly arrow. So apparently it is a snake. So, but the whole thing about them giving you poison, I don't believe that. I did not get poisoned by Chester. Yeah, I think it's something like you take a stick and put inside the snake. That's how you create a snake arrow. Well, I have to remove these. Hope we have enough encumbrance to this. Do this. Was there anything else? Yes, these stones. We will need to remove that them at some point. And a bit of wildlife. Yep, I think that was it. Nope. You too. You go down there. So let's see. That was the way I was looking. So I'm trying to recreate as best as possible. So let's see, it was something like there. Raise it up like so. Wasn't that about it? $23. So that was the one side. 23 and 30 on the other way. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Halfway there. This is going to be awesome. So now we have the outer side of the castle. We now know how big it's going to be. Then we can begin to fill it out. More or less. So I like to build the, what is it called in English? Perimeter? I cannot say that. The outer ring of what I'm building first, and then fill it out. So, but I can see now we are at where I need to remove all those stones. So I will do stuff I normally do not do and start filling it out. So yeah, there is a lot of tedious work that I cut out of the build log video. I can really not remove that from a stream, but well, we have to make do. We cannot have action all the time. We had like 3 one-on-one battles with Jester earlier, and now we're moving. So yeah, after talking to a lot of you guys, people from the clan, I decided to stay in the clan. Give this entire... Did I raise it up another one? I did not have that in the other castle. I actually think I had it one higher. So, well, I will drop all of this that we do not need, and we will run back for more foundations. Nice. Let go on. Yay. So, but Rito, I think your tower idea and the entire escape road deserves an a piece of content, not a stream. So I think, depending on how long it takes to get the castle done, I think you should see the tower in this coming week. Still need to design it on the creative. So, and then we will put up a little sign saying Rito's Tower, because now I have called it Rito's Towers in streams and content and whatnot. Hey class. So we are moving. You cannot see. Oh, there. Let's just kill this one. We are moving. So I have started the foundation over there for the castle. So, but probably have to go back and watch my old video to see exactly how many layers of foundation. Because on this server there's grass sticking up out of it, and on the creative one I don't remember that. Yeah, Rito, when I talked to him, he was the only one in the chat, about starting the creative Conan. He gave me some idea for a tower. I will use that tower as an escape route. So I haven't built it yet because I do not want people to watch the video and find out every little detail I want to put into that tower idea. So, but I will create it in the creative mode, and then I will create it in a piece of content with such short time difference that people do not really have a chance to go into details on how to get through it all. So, well, I hope I'm not dying too much today, not like the other days, because we really have to use all the foundations I've crafted. We used 1000 foundations exactly on the creative mode. Actually 1003, but I put 3 down for a bedroll. I know I cut it out, but I could not kill the dragon. I'm not sure why. But I was fighting a red dragon and I ended up cheating a bit, because I did not want it to attack while crafting the tower. Yeah, I have called it Rito's Tower for so long, so it's Rito's Tower. I cannot go around and change it. So, but I have looked into some of the different mods if they had anything I can use for doing it, and I actually think there is a triangle foundation that is a bit different than the other one, unless it was in one of the mods that got removed. But it should be a 90 degrees triangle foundation, and I think it will help with the entire shape of it. So, well, if not, we will find some other way. So, but it will have elevators. I thought elevators was something only one person, the clan, could use. But apparently I was wrong. As you saw, I used Ciceron's elevator, so he would also be able to use my elevator. So I would need to find some kind of defense for that. There. Nice. So, well, we are not beginning to take down anything yet. But as soon as we have laid down the foundation, I will begin to take down walls and stuff. Because I do not have enough resources to craft all the walls. And I want to move the crafting stations, and to move the crafting stations I would need some kind of wall so people do not go in and take it. You lost me? No. Oh, that was good. Well, I can tell you so much. There is going to be archers in it. It's not going to look like that tower, because your tower idea was much better than that. But every point, you said star-shaped tower, so every point out, if you look at a star, there will be archers, but in rows down. So that is the idea I have now for the star-shaped tower. I will look into what is possible and what is not possible. 2 seconds. Simply had to cough again. I do know why I'm coughing. I have some non-asthmatic bronchitis. Or that is what it's called in Danish, so... Well, I could carry, what was it, 125? Yep, that was it. So, and that is the reason the dry air is annoying my lungs. A little bit, but not that much. But this high humidity we have at the moment is what makes me cough really much. So I almost did not cough when I traveled to Egypt last year because of the dry air. We had 2 days with really dry air because the wind come from the land and not from, well, we was on one side of the Nile. 2 days the wind come from the other side, so we did not get any humidity from the river Nile. So yeah, those days I coughed, but the rest of the days I did not cough. And then back to Denmark and the high humidity, and I'm coughing again. So, well, this is actually going a bit faster than I thought, so maybe we will tear down the glass pyramids today. So it's not going to look exactly like the air humidity. Glass pollution. I live in a small city, so the pollution is not that bad, but I live in an area with a lot of... Why are you blinking? Oh, therefore. I live in an area with a lot of small... What is it called? Hinges? No. You know, when you have a garden, you put like these plant things around so people can't look in. So a lot of that and a lot of vegetation. And we have a drainage lake thingy, something. So when it rains, that fills up instead of the gardens getting overflown. So when it's hot, not raining, it's high humidity because the water dissipates from that. And when it is raining, it's high humidity because it's raining. Crazy mofo. Well, hey Steve. Oh my god, did I forget? I forgot a torch. I am very sorry about the darkness you guys are going to see. Next one I will remember the torch. So I have a hard time seeing, and you have a hard time seeing. I think we all have a hard time seeing. I'm not sure what mofo is. Mischief stream that was played after 2 AM here. Yeah, there was one person signing up for the helping me create that PvP event, and she did never show. I was up all night waiting for her to get on, and when I saw her online, I got on. Then she was, well, I will start on the Baniac server, and if there's other people, I will come over to that server. So there was no real PvP with her. But then I had some nice PvP with Jester. I killed her twice and she killed me one time. And I did not think about putting up a bed or anything, so I lost everything I had on me. Luckily, it was nothing important. They are strong meat. So it's a beer thing. Actually, it's the same thing that Vikings was drinking, made of honey, and it is regenerating. And I lost all my ambrosia to wild jesters, so I'm using those. As I have said so many times lately, Fifi, this person, is fighting a scorpion. Well, no, that was not what I was saying. Fifi is become a drunk. She runs around drinking wine, and when she is not drinking wine, she is drinking beer to regenerate health. Yeah, I have seen all the knives. I want all the knives. Not the broken one. But knives are not allowed in Denmark unless you have a permit for it. And I do not have that. And with my mental illnesses, I am not sure I would ever get one. But you also need a reason to get the permit. So I would need to be a hunter. Yeah, doing stuff like that. There is size limits to this entire law, so it's hard. Oh, I know what we forgot. We forgot the thingy to remove those stones. 2 seconds. We have this. Regen stamina, thank you. Yeah, I'm trying to make a family-friendly channel, but I simply could not look away from the half of her body rolling down. It simply looked too nice and fun. But did you see in the distance when I was in the other side and I looked back at her body and I saw her body split in half once again and then roll down? I had so much fun. Don't know what we should use you for, so we are going to drop you. So I actually think we have 2 layers. Yeah, we have to have had 2 layers because now I need to do this. So yeah, that's the reason we had no grass on the last one. Okay. I actually think it will be easier to go from this side. Then I can see where I need to go to. Let's see. Oh. Yeah, it was a fun stream and it was only 1 hour long. So, my shortest stream, right after my longest stream. So, but this stream, I am mostly concentrating on moving. And, well, if somebody gets on, we will do some PvP, because I love PvP in this game. And I will keep saying that I love PvP in this game. Because it's kind of short. You do not use like 6 hours. Oh, unless you're raiding someone's base, then you can use quite a long time. Especially bases like Ike's base. Oh my god, that is so well defended. Also another reason to move to this area. Easier thralls. And higher level thralls. So, and we are definitely going to use that in this castle. All those nice tier 3 archers are really going to help us defend it. Is there a way up? Yeah, there's still a way up. So now we are going to fill it out, and when we have filled it out, all the low parts, then we are going to fill out all the high parts. Yeah, Wild Jester is playing on this server, and I think her name is pronounced Shakira. And Ciceron. And Mort. Stavros. Who else? Yeah, I think that's more or less it for now. We are trying to get people back in. Vintage Beef had some real life stuff going on. So I don't think he actually was here when the whole server started. He was on the old server. And I don't know what his plans are. Crojack stopped because the his viewers did not want to see this. So, well, we have some PvP going on, and hopefully, if people watch, as an example, my video, the latest live stream, and the other YouTubers see, well, PvP does get viewers back into the game, then yeah, they will probably get back. Crojack have not said that he will never be back. He's just say for now he will take a break because he do not get the views that he got in the beginning. I think when climbing will gets here, and yeah, a lot of that stuff from the next couple of updates and the horde of enemies and stuff like that, it will get more interesting because you do not need other people to make an interesting gameplay. You can do it with the horde of enemies, and they're talking about introducing trade and thrall schedule. I cannot pronounce that. A system where you can make your thralls do things so they're not just standing still. Walk and patrols and stuff like that. I guess when all that comes and the new biome, we will see an increased interest once again. Remember, it's an early access game, so they're teasing us with a lot of new stuff that should come out, but we really do not have any time frame for them. So, but as soon as all that gets here, there's a chance that viewers will get back, and if viewers get back, then the bigger YouTubers get back, and then we will continue this cycle. So, but everything depends on views on YouTube. All the big YouTubers that live out of YouTube need to produce content people want to watch. So a bit long answer for that. Yeah. Yeah, they are saying summer now. Back at the... Where am I going? Totally wrong and everything. Well, back at there, now we are putting extra $10 million into the game video. They said... well, I think that video was confusing because they said, well, next month update. So I thought, well, then there will be an update every month. Because they're saying it the way they're saying it, and with my bad English and stuff like that, I thought, well, one update every month with some new stuff. But there is actually more updates than that, and some of them is more like small fixes. But, well, if you take the bow, if I shoot this arrow, or I try to shoot this arrow, and somebody hit me, let's kill that thing if it's get close. Yeah. I run around with an arrow in my hand until I die or relock. That bug has been in the game forever and apparently not getting fixed. So they fix a lot of other stuff. And some of the stuff they fix, I really do not see why they do fix it. Like the whole system of how to create mods got an update back in update 26. 26. And that was the reason there was like a week without no Conan. And that again was the reason that, well, half of almost every big YouTuber's Conan viewers disappeared. Yeah, the arrow sword. I am going the wrong way, aren't I? Yeah. So, well, actually, viewers on YouTube, everybody watching this now and in the future, viewers are the most powerful people on YouTube. Oh, there's Crojack's old base. And my sign is back there. I want to see if it's getting weathered, so the text is gone. I've heard that can happen. Nope, I think weathering effect is removed from the server. So, well, if viewers, I know one viewer is not that powerful compared to a person like Crojack, which get stamina, thank you, with 126,000 viewers, subscribers. But if Crojack normally gets, let's say, to use round numbers, 10,000 views per video, then if 5,000 people decide, well, we want to see something different, and simply stop watching what he is creating, then he would have to find something else to create, and that's what happened to a lot of big YouTubers with their Conan after update 26, where there was the week they could not record due to the change of the modding system. I told you, got a good voice, Wolf. Me sound what? No. Simply just no. I don't think I sound like that. Well, I don't like when I watch my own videos, I don't like how I sound. I think my sound is getting better and better the more I work with it. After getting the not that loud keyboard, my mouse is annoying me. Before that, the keyboard was annoying me. But actually this sound of my voice annoys me. The sound of his voice do not annoy me. So, but well, I think a lot of people have it like that. Hard to listen to one's own voice because you have an idea of how you sound, and you sound different when you listen to yourself from a recording. I know some wannabe musicians. I will call them wannabe musicians because they record, but they have never hold a concert or created a CD or something like that. So, but they don't like how they sound because they don't feel like they sound when they sing in the bathroom ish, back before they began recording. Yeah, every person hates their own the sound of their own voice. I actually think that's just a funny little fact. So, but yeah, I sometimes would wish there was a way on YouTube for people to suggest games. So if someone watched me play Conan and was like, I don't like this game, in an easy way. Everything in the world nowadays have to be fast and easy. So in fast and easy way to say, I think this person would do so much better in RPG and that game. So 2 clicks with the mouse, and then people would have said what they wanted. Or maybe I would love to see this person play MMOs. That little thing would be so nice to implement on the site, so your YouTube channel or something like that. So people can see, well, I like his voice, but I hate his content. I hate the game, something like that. Because viewers are the most powerful people on YouTube, as I keep saying. Isn't this what I need? And then, oh, no, that's an improvise. I do not want to use that. Do I actually have any of that blue stuff? Nope. Once again, we will take 125 of these. 125, okay. You can get back in there. I think I will need those. I have one, but that's, as far as I remember, not enough to make one of these. Nope, I should need 3. Coal, we will need coal. Everyone on Discord should get together on voice chat on Discord once in a while. Yeah, I am planning on doing stuff like that. Now I have my Patreon, and I will actually, I'm thinking about doing it tomorrow or the day after tomorrow. Have a Discord, an hour where I will go into that Discord. So that would be Sunday, so every Sunday. And I will find some other days for normal Discord, and I am dropping into Discord at different times as well. The voice chats. Only been doing it once so far, but I'm sorry. I've had plans for it today, but as I said in the earlier live stream, I actually forgot that I had the thing with my sister. So, and Tuesday, no, that's not Monday. Yeah, Tuesday, Monday, Tuesday. Tuesday I have a meeting, so I have to get to bed quite early in the evening, Monday. So, depending on my head, we can do Tuesday. Nah, normally I'm not that big of a family first kind of person unless there is some kind of problem. I am the plan I made first. So if I have promised you something, but I forgot that I had another appointment, the older appointment always wins. I'm sorry. I do not care what it is. The oldest appointment wins. So, but that is just the way I'm looking at things. So, but if people are fresh and if I'm fresh, then Tuesday, due to the fact that I have that meeting, I am planning a live stream Tuesday as well. So it will probably be sometime between meeting and live stream. So it will be afternoon for some of us, and I think morning for some of the rest of you. So, but that's only the first one. I will try to find times a day where I can talk to you, where most of you are on. Who are keeping... Oh, is it this question? Oh, that's cool. I did not see the logo, I just saw my telephone saying Discord. So I was hoping it was somebody on this server Discord telling me they wanted PvP. Yeah. Well, there can always be emergencies. Like when my sister called and said, well, the person from the shop where my dad bought my car said he hasn't paid and now I have to deliver it back to the shop. Then I, of course, used some time talking to her about that and found solution. It turns out that it was just something between her dad and the shop owner, and that he had paid, but because they know each other in real life, he had paid to the wrong account. So when he looked at the company account, there was no money, and when he looked at his personal account, there was a lot of money. So, well, that's happened when you buy from a friend. Yeah, well, my meeting is at 1 p.m. It should be, but I have to get things ready, and I'm not sleeping that much, and I'm working all the time, and I want to get some work in before and then relax a bit. So I am at the moment looking for someone to do the channel art. Sorry. Then I am looking into switching, not the Desert Gaming. The reason I have the gaming is not because I want to say, well, this is a gaming channel, because people can see that, but because I want to create a brand out of DW. So I want to create clothes later I want to create, yeah, it could be camping gear. I'm going a totally bad way this time. So the gaming is this channel. In the future I want other channels with things that interest me, and I think it will interest and help other people. The entire idea is to help people in the long run. So it could be a traveling channel. But what should you remember if you are going for a camping trip in the Everglades type of deal? But I have not that much knowledge about that. I have never been in the Everglades, so I would probably hire someone to host that channel. You lost me? What's wrong with this entire city? I have fiber cables, but not between the wall and my computer. I created my channel last year in, I believe it was November, because I wanted to learn editing, because I had no work and editing was something I could do without losing my money. Learn how to edit. I have to teach myself. I do not have money for started. Yeah. Why can't I talk today? To go to school, you need money to pay for learning stuff. Not to go to normal school in Denmark, but to go to the kind of school I want to. I'm going a totally bad way, but we're going this way now. So, yeah, well, I do not know why people keep losing me, because after the last change I am in the green all the time, both in OBS and YouTube. I totally F myself in the way I chose to go. Oh, yo, Rhino King. Is there such a thing as a Rhino King? That's not a normal black rhino. That was a weird looking old big horned something. I won't say loudly while streaming. I'm not going that way anymore. We are going backwards. I'm finding a way down from here. Yeah, that would be nice. So some people that I want to make Desert Wolf into a brand, making clothes, survival gear, prep bags, stuff like that. Things that interest me are saying, well, you're just trying to get money, and that is not the case. But if I can make this into a brand and make so my daughters never have to go hungry to bed, like I'm doing sometimes, and they never have to, well, still have to think about what they use their money for, of course, but if I can provide for them, that would be a very big dream come true. And none of them live with me, so some people say, why are you even thinking about it? But even before I got kids, I said I would wish my kids would never have to experience a lot of the things I've experienced. Yeah. So, well, I will have to say that I am never hoping to go what they call mainstream at the moment, you know, television. I'm not hoping to have a weekly show, but I would hope to one day have it so one of the channels I would like to have is an honest talk channel. So where I am a dyslexic could actually just interview myself, but that would be hard. but where I talk about dyslexia, is that what it's called? And when there's more than one, never mind. Where people can talk about it and what they have experienced and what got them to move forward and how they learn to read and write and give tips, help other people with the same. That could be like 1 or 2, maybe 3 videos, and then the next time it would be something else, where you would talk with someone having the disease and have become something, have done something great with their life, writing a book, become an actress, something like that, because that is one of the few ways I can give something back to people without using like 500,000 to donate to some fund that then use the money to bring awareness to the whole thing. And I think YouTube that way actually is much better than what they do with a TV spot commercial, using like $300,000 on a TV commercial that is running for 3 months, because, well, people have to know that dyslexic people are not different, they just have a harder time learning to read and write. Yeah, talk with somebody that has dyslexia and, like me, not an English speaking person, but creating a YouTube channel speaking English, getting better. I think that is much better use of money. Let's see. Few people found their wolf noble goal. Thank you. It's definitely not a bad idea. So, well, to get back to the actual question, I think I got away from it. I began to call myself a YouTuber 28th of, what is that, February. So I call it March. This year, where I decided that I wanted to become one. I have then learned a bit of editing and was thinking, well, this is fun. I want to do something with it. What can I do? I'm not healthy enough to work. So, well, then I said to myself, well, I cannot earn money, but to get money from YouTube, you need views. So, YouTube it was. And we need that torch thing. So yeah, it's not been that long, still learning, still getting better, but at the same time, already now I am kind of living my dream, helping some of you that I have learned to know over at Crojack's Discord, that are now on my Discord, by talking to you about your content. And, well, every time one of us say to, as an example, every time you say to Links, nice video, but the background, the game was a bit too high, you're helping him. So that is the entirety of what I want to do, help people. I especially want to help people with the same kind of diseases I have and other diseases like that. But helping other YouTubers is a great start. And even though I'm not that big, people ask me, and that makes me happy. So, and with the thing that I'm not that good, I get anxiety when I'm out with near other people. It's a nice way for me to help by doing it on Discord. I do not have to feel that anxiety by being out close to a lot of people. but still get the contact and the community that I want, and the possibility of helping people. #27 is good. Well, I have the March 20, what is it called, 31, the last day of March, so the last day in the first month of spring. Easy enough to remember, I think. Well, we are getting closer. So, yeah. Definitely going to need 2 floors, and we are almost halfway done. Did I miscount? Didn't we only use 1,000 foundations? Or did I make it bigger? We could make it shorter if it is that we want, but I really want it to be the same, so 23 and 30. Well. Yeah. Well, I hope one day to have a community like, I'm not talking size here, I'm talking activity, how active people are, like Crowjack or better. You don't have to be 100,000 people, just 10,000 active people, 10,000 people in the Discord, 10,000 people I can help. That would be nice. If then 100 of them has dyslexia and I can help them learn to read, so I'll actually help them with something that then again will help them in their life, then I would have reached every goal I ever set on set before getting onto this journey. My almost childhood wish about me getting a family and being able to provide for them, that's goal. I actually think I was 8 when I decided I wanted that for my life. So yeah, childhood dream. For that I will need a bit more than to provide for myself. So, but the actual numbers I do not want to get into, because it sounds so not realistic. Just the number I need to provide for myself, I don't feel sounds realistic. Well, I need to go again, see you chat, yeah, we'll see you around class. So, yeah. I like that my chat is almost getting so serious. Or maybe it's just me taking things too serious. Not sure. So, but as far as I can see, no one is on. But well, we still have a lot of time to use, so maybe in the near future. Well, I will have to cough. Sorry about that. Let's see. While we have gained stamina. Well, you're on your way. I also believe adding one more game to your game. Yeah, I tried the forest, didn't really work for me. I'm thinking about an RPG because I like, when I play alone at least, I like going around and actually talking for my people. So actually, if you go look at Claire Chabon, if you know who she is, and look at her Elder Scrolls, what is called, Skyrim videos. The way she talks to the other characters and stuff like that, that is what I'm doing when I'm playing alone, and it is hard in games where there is no real NPCs. The forest there is cannibals, but the cannibals really do not scare me. They really do not do anything for me. I have a hard time getting jump scared in games, so. And with so few views that my other videos is getting hurt is not good. But I want to add more videos, video games. But I think I will try with an RPG for two reasons. I like survival games, I like RPG games, and I like shooter games. Shooter games, I'm so bad at them. Survival games, a lot of farming, so a lot of time needed. Long way. So I'm thinking about an RPG because you do not need to use 4 or 5 hours farming to build like a foundation, because you do not need to build a foundation. So what I'm thinking about waiting a bit, then get I'm not entirely sure how when it's getting out, but I'm getting my capture cards from Razer soon, or I'm buying my capture card from Razer soon. I do not have the money this month. I should have the money next month, if everything is going as I plan. But I lost my 25% off code, so I will have to call Razer someday and ask if it's possible to get a new one. Where am I now? I keep getting lost. Well, so I want the Final Fantasy VII Remastered, and then I'm thinking about recording in that. Oh, stamina. I want to do this transfer thing quite quick, but I keep getting lost. Every time I look down at the chat, I run the wrong way. It's actually kind of fun. Yeah. People say wolves are so good trackers, but this wolf keep getting lost. I actually think I could get lost in a phone booth. Have to try one day. Need to find a phone booth. Not really. So far we're running back and forth, and I'm getting lost, and sorry, we are running from the base down here, so I'm getting quite lost because we're running from there to there, and I'm over there. So, but I cannot find a way down. Oh, there's club space. Then we're not that lost anymore. We are close to the pirate ship though. But no one is online at the moment. If people get on, we will do PvP. Earlier today I had another stream where I did do some PvP with Wild Jester, but that is a total other stream. So, but no, we're running back and forth with foundations. And setting up the castle. I have decided to stay in the clan. I have decided to work harder and harder on getting PvP set up properly, and I will begin to look less into who you are and more into how much PvP we can do. And then we are talking about, well, a lot of different stuff. Then I have told my plans about building the Rito Tower. I've called it Rito's Tower so long and in so many different pieces for content that I have decided to put a sign up at the tower and calling it his tower. So Rito is getting his old tower. And I have almost finished the design in my head. I have not built it yet. So he was talking about a star formed tower, and well, I was like, well, after finding out the elevators can be used by everybody, I was like, how do we defend it? So every floor I will, on every point on the star, I will have archers. Tier 3 archers all the way around to defend the tower. Yeah, I killed her twice and she killed me one time and I lost everything, so we do not have ambrosia, so we are using beer for regen. So, but, well, I am hoping people will get on. I am hoping for PvP. But so we're not just running around waiting like in the other streams. I have planned this entire move. This move will then get us closer to higher level players. And therefore we will hopefully get some more PvP. More people running past when they're on, and therefore more people thinking about the possibility of raiding it. I had some person on a couple of weeks ago. I got on when that person was close to logging off, and that person did not even want to raid me or wait for me to get there because there was too long of a distance. So yeah, so far we are running back and forth and laying down the foundation for the castle. The castle will be like the, not entirely because I want the village around it and all that stuff that I did not do in the creative, but I want to start the castle build, and then if we get done with that fast enough, we will begin to tear down the pyramid up there. Then that bridge, then that tower, then that bridge, then that building, and then that tower, and last this big structure. And then, yeah, we'll see where we end up. Why do you have stuff here out in the open? I'm not sure if there's a demo. Stuff out in... Oh, up there. Well... Yeah, nobody ever coming out and raiding me, so... Even the gate is open. I have tested you cannot jump up there. But I have tier 1 doors there because one day I logged in, the door was gone. The tower... front of the tower is filled with archers, so nobody will get up there. And most people don't even know you can get up there. I have people from the clan trying to get in there. And that was only to test the drawbridge. I have tested you cannot jump up there, so no real function in it. But the drawbridge, when we are done with the foundations, the drawbridge will be moved to the castle and actually get a function. So, but the more exposure the small channels get in their PvP, the higher chance I think there is for more people. And Kojak was talking about rejoining when there come big updates. That was first time he talked about stopping Conan. So if you have changed his opinion about that, don't hate me. But he was talking about it at some point. So I hope the biome update will come soon. They was also talking. I have heard rumors that they have changed it. But I have heard them talk, the developers, about you being able to start in the winter biome, not winter, mountain biome. So I was thinking about doing a recreation of the character on the my little private game where I built without limits thing, the creative one. That was what we call it. So I was thinking about recreating character there and start in that area. But I'm not thinking about doing it on this one, but I'm thinking about making an outpost up in that area so we can explore it. They were also thinking about making weather a bigger part of the entire game, so you would have to have warm clothes for that. So you would have to craft this warm cloth, and when you get up to the snowy mountains you will have to switch to that cloth. So, well, I will still, when we move up to this area and the building part of the castle is done, I will move most of the crafting inside. But I want to create a city feel to it, so there will be farms and animals and stuff like that out in the open. I do not care if people raid it. I actually want to build something encouraging people to raid it. The more action, the more people we can get to watch, the more people that watch the bigger channels get drawn into it. The bigger channels, the more people, even bigger channels. So that is the way this entire thing works, as far as I have found out so far. Okay, you were sitting down, so you are not a player. So, but yeah, they have a lot of... Old Mike Wolf had a farm. E-I-E-I-O. Well, not sure you actually say E-I-E-I-O in other countries. No matter. The important part is that I knew what you was doing. And damage. Not that much. So yeah, this build, the first build, I actually tried to go up in defense. Not defense like Project and stuff with the weird walls and you have to use 100 bombs to get into my place. But this time we are not, besides using tier 3 for some of the buildings and tier 3 for some of the roads, or some of the pavements, or what you will call it, then we really do not have are going to use that much tier 3 in this build. We are going to use tier 2 for most of the houses and stuff like that. I am thinking about a tier 1 fall area, so the pure what is called poor man's area, the area with people without money. So we're going for look and the entire experience of people going into the city. Well, I'm probably butchering your name. Not your name, your language there. But, well, I knew there would be difference between different countries. So, but Rito, I actually have a question for you. This is probably a weird question, but the Keller family, I know they're still very big in Germany. Are they still big in Finland? Oh, Black Rhino. We're going this way around. So, well, I personally love the Keller family, but they are not big in Denmark. So no concerts and nothing, and I know it's not the original band anymore. Still the same family, but, well, when you have such a huge family, you kind of, yeah, have an easy time finding people that are interested in continuing something like that. Oh, not that. That. So what I'm thinking is, after we have built the castle, the foundation, and the entire castle, then filling foundation in a straight line and have a temple down in the other end, and between these two temples, the 100 sub structure, and then how to explain it? Oh, then have some cities to both sides of that main part, made of tier 2, and then when you get down here, then a tier 1 area, maybe. I'm not sure I want to use tier 1, but that is the idea so far. And of course we will also need to use tier 3 for the tower, and some different watchtowers around the city. So we have to be able to defend. But when they come with the thrall, new thrall system where you can manage the thralls and set them to patrol and set them to turn on and turn off lighting and stuff like that in your cities, I want this to be a working city, not just a castle or something like that, but a working city with a blacksmith or two, and guards and guard towers, and yeah, all that stuff. I'm not sure what we exactly will need to get it all to work, but I will do my best to remember to craft every kind of building we need. Maybe a tavern for when clan members are dropping by. You spy Lynx playing Conan? Do Lynx play Conan? I know Lynx play Forest. Did not know he played Conan. Well, I am so happy for him, by the way. 10 subscribers doing one stream. That's just epic. So he was less than half my size when he started, and he was half my size when he was done. So, well, someday he will have a channel that is bigger than mine. I told him that when I watched his very first video after talking to him first time, and I'm keeping up with that. I will. Well, I am saying that he is bigger than I am. Not bigger, better than I am. He talks more fluently because, well, he talks English. And he is very enjoyable to watch. So, well, my first stream actually also went extremely well. I think it's because when you are a new streamer, people get interested in what you are doing and who you are and stuff like that. But that was, well, I had a lot of views, like he had, but not that many subs. I think I got 3 or something from my first stream. So there is quite a difference on that. But I still think it went pretty well, and I think it's so fun, so I continued streaming. Yeah, well, I still have to watch his. I got that. I forgot what it's called again. Then we are using the same word I used on Discord. I get scared when out with a lot of people and stuff like that. So I didn't have. Well, I wasn't feeling well, and I would not have that to intervene with my impressions of his stream, so I actually haven't seen it yet. My plan is to watch it after this stream. Yeah. So, well, to finish that, I will watch his stream after this one. I actually think I was finished with that. And Steve, I know what you mean. I actually have the same with presents. I like to give presents. I like to see people get happy. I like to, get the feeling about, well, I helped this person, or I gave this person something great, or, yeah. I hate when it happened to me. I hate when people give me things. So, and yeah, back to the stuff about me want to turn this into a brand. I know how much I will need. I have researched just to help people. I will need to be able to provide for myself, my family, and give to others. Not because you need to give money to help people, but to hire a person to do the interviews with people that has become something with disabilities, that would cost money. I would have to pay a person to be the host of that channel. So I have looked into how much I need. It's not a number I am willing to share as such. I am still hoping to find people that has the same interest as me of helping people, and then maybe find another way of payment. So something they do in their free time or something like that, because they want to help. Yeah, it's both a blessing and a curse. But I have not given up on my dream of helping people. But I am realistic, and I know it will require a lot of time, effort, late nights, staying up, worrying about how things will go, what will happen. There will also be times where the money are going to be so tight, so that part of it will keep me awake. But that doesn't change the part that I have decided that it was I'm going to do. Right now I can help people grow on YouTube. That is also good. In the future I hope to help people with a lot bigger problems. I also want to help foundations like Wounded Warrior and stuff like that. So soldiers returning from battle can get help. I want to give money to charities that help people in America and places like that where you have tornadoes and stuff like that, because I do not really know what they need. I do not know if I buy 1,000 blankets, will that help? Should I rather buy 1,000 bottles of water? Would that be better? So, helping foundations in places where I do not know would be better. So, that is stuff I like to do, and therefore stuff I want to do. This is going to take 4 more trips. Then we should be done with foundation, but I'm not sure because it seems like I've done something wrong. Halfway, then we should have been done with the first layer and then beginning on the second layer. So usually things I have trouble with, I look up videos on PDF books. Yeah, that's a good way to doing it. Yeah. Well, so far I have nothing to give besides what I can do on YouTube. I am actually, sorry, we're putting you back there. I am actually even now having to borrow money to survive this month. Next month should be a bit better, but not much. And in 8 months time, more or less, I should have a bit more money. Paying up some debt and yeah, borrowing money to survive this month, adding to that. So well, my stream, both OBS and YouTube is saying everything is, oh no, there was a little dip. Okay, so I still have some small dips, but I hope I fixed most of it early in the stream. I am at the recommended lowest limit on bitrate and stuff for 720p streaming, so I will not be happy to try and set it lower. I'm actually lower than half of what I usually stream at, so not good. I hate when there's lag. That do not give the viewers the experience I want them to have. But I'm happy you are telling me that there's. Well, I have no idea why there is lag. So I started out, my first couple of streams was at a measly 10,000 bitrate and buffer size. And I have no idea because I've only tried out how to set things up, But at the moment we're running 4,000. So, well, maybe it was just a bit of loading from one of the other computers. So, but the meeting Tuesday should be with a person that can help me find an affordable place to live and stuff like that. So if the state wants to help me with it. So the entire meeting is about how much help they want to give me. If they want to give me that kind of help he can offer, then he can help me find my own place to live that is in a price range I have the money for. Yeah, but I think it is from my end. Because after looking at it a bit, most of the time it's green. Looking fine. Running at the 4,000. And then once in a while it just dipped down. And as I was saying, 4,000 is the bare minimum. So even when it drops a little bit, we are getting under the recommended lowest limit for 720p streaming. So, and my game is still having some problems, so some of the lag is probably game lag and not stream lag, but some of it is also stream lag, because if I do not have an internet connection at the moment capable of running the game without lag, then I'm probably not having one capable of running the stream. Did I get lost again? No, we're fine. But let's run around this way, so we actually can get up here. Thank you, Steve. So, oh, as I said, I like that our streams always get so serious and the Discord is so relaxed. Sometimes we have some not discussions, I will not call them discussions. Unless that is the proper word on English. We have some talks. That just sound weird. That are kind of serious. Some discussions about YouTube. Yeah, discussion is probably the best word for it. But we have some serious talks on Discord as well. But I think the streams are often going to be ending up being more serious than the other things. So yeah, I think today we will probably have to live with that lag. I don't hope it's too much. And I will have to ask Monday if we can call the internet provider and ask them, because we have a guaranteed connection, so we should never go below 500, and right now I'm running 150, so 100 download and 50 upload. 1/10 of it. I know I'm running these wireless expansion boxes so I can have internet on my room, but I was promised I would get the full potential out of that, so I should be able to get around half the entire connection in the room, so around 250. Most days I run around 250 and 450, so 250 download and 450 upload. But not today, which is weird. So, well, if there's any new people in the chat, we are hoping to get some action going today. I have removed my normal thumbnail because while waiting to see if there will become any action today, PvP wise, we are building a castle. I forgot to put one there. Okay, so we are now in the end where everything has to be high. So let's start by filling out the rest of this giant platform for the castle. I was actually thinking about only doing the outer layer and then use roof tiles, roof ceilings, or what they're called. Ceiling tiles, that was it. And then have a basement. But it's not working that well because that area there, you can see that it's raised. There's ground under that. Let's pick it up because I want to create this first. So, but let me know if you would want an area with a basement, then we could look into that as well. We covered a lot. Well, someday I will have to find out what that entire night mode is about. I did listen to your talk about it, but I will have to find somebody's stream and then try it out, so I can see the difference. So, but I have a bit more resources if we miscounted with the 1000 foundations. And of course, when we begin to tear down the old buildings in the old area, we will also have some extra resources there. But I do not remember if the glass parts become glass parts or become... I believe some of them are turning into glass parts and some of them are turning into regular tier 3 stuff. So rebuilding the glass pyramid will probably require me crafting some more glass pieces. So what I'm thinking about, instead of the throne and stuff like that, I do like how we build it, then to place the set temple inside that. Yeah, the smaller buildings. Yeah, also I have looked at, because I'm history interested, in a lot of old buildings from Denmark at least, and a lot of them had, if you go down to the basement, our ground do not look like this, but then you can see the outer wall of the foundation, and then there's ground. And some places they actually digged some even deeper basements where they stored potatoes and stuff like that over the winter, because it have a constant temperature all year round. So that could be a fun little thing in some of the houses and shops and stuff like that. And maybe some of the little finer buildings, they can have a foundation floor, then a foundation wall around that, and then ceilings, and then have a basement with a floor. So again, we can make the thing look like there's different tiers to the society, like there is in real life as well, and was back in the old days. Like a blacksmith that was revered and regarded, and some people was actually scared of blacksmiths because they had the ability to turn a piece of rock into a sword. to take an example, because in a lot of places in Europe we used iron ore thingy, not the same as they use everywhere, but the rock is looking like a rock with a lot of small holes in it, and you can find that rock some places, even some places on top of land, some places in Europe, and some places you have to dig for it, but it's not pure iron ore. And that rock is kind of not even that heavy. A lot of air inside the rock, and in those air pockets there is that small amount of iron. So as an example, the Vikings looked at this person like a little as if he had some magic powers, because he could take this light rock, crush it, smelt it down, and create a sword. Of course you need a lot of it. It really wasn't much iron in it. So then we have, due to the Vikings traveling, we have Damascus steel. But that was really expensive. But regarding to iron production, a lot of areas in Europe was a very long way behind. A lot of rich people bought their iron or their steel from Spain, so we have Spanish steel, but that was a bit later, in the late medieval period. Yeah, well, most people around the world know Vikings because they did those raids, but mostly Vikings were traders. So we went out traveling to America. There's rumors that Vikings has been, no concrete proof yet, but that they've been to China, India, most of the Middle East. Then they brought all of this stuff home. On the way home, so let's say I went to India, and I bought some stuff in India. I do not need this stuff myself. Ooh, bone dragon thingy. Then I go to, we need to go this way. Then I go to, where's India is down here, so we go to middle of Europe. We then sell these spices, and we buy silk. The silk we sell to some rich people closer to Denmark in Europe. So in France, stuff, England. I don't believe they bought silk, but let's take that as an example. And then we traveled back with meat, fur, gold, silver, pearls, glass, stuff like that. So sometimes it didn't go that well, and we did not get all what we wanted, and then we raided. How do we say that? Well, we plundered. Raid. Yeah, it should be raided. So yeah, they're known for that, and some of them actually found out it was a good way to earn money. Some cities heard about it and heard all the rumors, and when they saw the ship, here comes a traveler. He wants to sell stuff. Then the mayor of the city comes out with a bag of gold and saying, "This is all we have, please don't raid us," because they heard all the stories. Some Vikings actually lived off of that. But there was some rotten apples in there. Sorry if you're in the chat, rotten apple. But there were some rotten apples that actually thought it was fun to plunder and did that. And then there was some kings and chieftains that actually also used Vikings around the world, hired Vikings as hired sword because they heard all the stories. But I personally believe half the stories was made by the Vikings to try to scare people into give them money and not turn them away when they try to trade with them. So we are beginning to get close. What do we have in there? So if I take... Is there anything else in here? Nope. Good question is, how much do you weigh? Oh, we can still run. So now we can begin taking a lot of smaller things with us and put it in one of these boxes. So anything we need right now. I like science. Small boxes. I do not think we can have any of those with us. But what about, like, can we have 100 of these? Yeah. So that is what we are going to take with us this time. Yeah, Vikings loved easy money. But there was also a lot of Vikings that was farmers. The entire Viking period is what in most of the world is called early medieval period. So from 6 something to 900. So I think it was genius to use the sunstone as compass. Yeah. Well, I am actually not that much into Viking technology. I know that the most highest regarded sword, and this is really a good way to show how the Viking was thinking. The highest regarded sword was the wolf bird. No one knows much about who created those and stuff like that, but there's 99% of all wolf bird swords found are copies. So it's one of the earliest forms of what do you call it? Like when you buy a copy of a purse with some name on it, like Gucci or Dolce & Gabbana, something like that. You can buy this copy thing. We had that in the Viking area. When we compare the steel, most of them are produced in countries where the wolfbird did not come from. Many think the wolfbird was produced by early Christian monks in Germany, a German-speaking country. That could also be Netherlands and stuff like that. Not saying you speak German, but where the name would make sense and that kind of name would come from in that time period. Yeah, replicas. Yeah. I know he is saying that he if it's the same person I'm thinking of, he tested like, was it 40 or something? He has tested, and most of them was copies. The entire National Museum of Denmark had a big test recently, and in that test we had, out of almost 250 wolf bird, we had 2 genuine. Most of them we knew wasn't real wolf bird because it was spelled wrong. Yeah, stuff like that. So they really did not get tested and had never been looked as wolfbird, but was replicas. People knew it was a replica. Not to say that people back when they bought them knew it was replicas, or maybe they bought them cheap and thought, well, maybe some other people won't know. But yeah, we got tested a lot of those where they were spelled right and the plus was on the right, or cross or what it is, was the right place. But after testing, if it's the same YouTube video you have watched, if it is the YouTube video with the man trying to make a replica. So you're going to sleep. Vito, are you going to sleep? Then you have to sleep well. I know it's late at your place. And Steve, yeah, there is a video with one on YouTube trying to do a replica of the wolfbird using only the right materials and something like stuff like that. I believe he found out it was Damascus steel used in the wolfbirds. So a very high grade of steel for the time. So, well, we are getting closer to finishing the foundation. I would like to get the first walls up before I end the stream. Okay, well, I will try to look into that. Always love to learn new stuff about history. So, but, well, they keep testing and they keep changing. Almost every year I hear something about those wolf birds. Sometimes they even talk about them not even being produced in Europe. So, but that's the problem when people are long dead and some other people are trying to find out what actually happened. So, yeah, not the most exciting stream I ever had. When we are done with these 100 foundations, I will take 2 seconds and look into Discord if anybody is on, so we can find out if we need to go raid people. So, but if not, I will probably just continue with the castle for another hour or so, and yeah, then take another look But again, if there's any new people in the chat, yeah, welcome to. Today's chat is not chat. Today's stream is mostly to build the foundation of the castle. I've decided to stay in the clan, and I have decided to, yeah, move as fast as possible to get closer to people, to increase the chances of random encounters and stuff like that, to get some PvP going. So, but right now, when I have checked, I'll wait by placing the chest to have checked. And yeah, 9. Yeah, I don't know what to say. We really need some new people on, I think. Well, I will take those 2 seconds to check who's on. So according to Discord, there is no one on. So we will place this chest just here outside of this. So we can place this stuff in here. So let's see. Well, I still haven't anything with me to mine this, but I can't at least do this. Yeah, well, I think it's going to be epic. I will try to get the new creative video that I'm working on between streams and normal episodes out sometime tomorrow. Again, I will keep an eye on Discord tomorrow and see if I can get any but yeah, very interesting one. Yeah. Your phone battery is at 13%. Okay. Well, if people get on, there will be a stream at some point. But if not, I will probably use an hour on Patreons. That doesn't sound as much, but around that, 1 or 2 hours. And I will then record that other video, finish that other video. Most of it should be done. So, and I will press in a stream somewhere if people get on and actually are interested in some PvP. But it is the new and improved 100 subscriber building that are going to be in the end of the castle. So that is the next creative video. So I'm really looking forward to hear what people have to say about the new one. Not going to look exactly like the one we have now. Going to be bigger, or at least higher. Actually, I think it's going to be higher and not that square-ish in it. I think it's too normal looking. I know it is glass, so that is kind of special because it's a mod. Because not mod, but yeah, so normal. I have Overwatch. I think I'm a measly level 10 or something like that. I have people that had asked me if I would do more Overwatch. Don't break my sign. Not sure how it would go on the channel. But I am interested in playing more Overwatch. So I could test out how it's going on the channel next month. The solo one I think is a bit boring because I forget to talk and trying to concentrate, but 2 or 3 people playing around having fun, I would probably watch that myself. And my philosophy is, if I'm going to watch it, there is probably other people that would watch it. Question is, are some of those people on my channel? So, but well, it's just finding a time where both of us have some free time and then try it out. And if I turn on recording or streaming, then we probably get some viewers, and it would probably be something like me talking to them between rounds. But I have one friend that is probably interested in joining us, and I do not remember how many people you add every team. So, but it could be fun if we was an entire team every time. So, but it could be fun to have a weekly stream with that. I actually think if a person made that weekly, then with time people would show up if they're interested in Overwatch. 1 or 2 days out of the week, don't need to do it every day. Could help give them some. Yeah, we could do that. So that could actually be fun. So, well, I'm not saying that I'm good at it, but I have tried some of the different characters, and well, I did not have anybody to play with, so random people every time, and well, that got a bit boring, to say the least. I don't like the in-game voice chat, so normally not using that as much, so it would probably be something like Discord. Yeah, well, I will probably do it as a stream. So like if we play for, let's say, 1 hour once a week, then it would be a 1 hour long stream once a week. I think people would turn up for that. Let's see. I have one of these walls there. That's the kind of walls I want to use. Then we have 101. That is too much. 69. That is actually fine, but we will need a couple of planks as well. Can I get 100 of these? 99. That is going to be what we have. So soon we will also be moving some of the furnaces, so that did not sound right. Furnaces. So we can craft more rocks and more, what was it they were called? Bricks. But I should have hardened bricks and stuff like that, and if nothing else we're going to tear down some buildings, because I want to defend the chest so I can move things to that chest from one of the other chests, and then move stuff from then move that chest and then the stuff from the other chest and then the last chest. Yeah, which is why I figured I'll ask you. We can communicate with Discord, be a good Kickstarter for me as well. Yeah, and Vicious, the person I was talking about, he also wants to start up his own. The problem is that his girlfriend is not actually thinking that YouTube is something to do. So there will be some background noise and stuff like that from her. Probably. So not sure he will record doing it, but he will get some exposure on this channel, and with his half Scottish accent he will probably get some subscribers quite fast when he start up his channel. Well, he's talking about it now, he has to decide. I have told him how hard it will be, and he know how many hours I'm using. So yeah, well, as I have told many other people that also have asked me for co-op, as long as it's the right game and as long as people respect that, I will have to think about the channel because of my dreams. If things not work out, they don't work out, but I'm willing to give it like at least a month of try, so 4 streams as a minimum. Of course, if it's working on your channel, like Project do stuff for Krusty and Krusty do stuff for Project, and yeah, things that maybe not work exceptionally well on one channel but works on the other channel, they still do it sometimes. If it works, if you start up a channel and it works on your channel but not works on mine, then we will just find out. I can just don't upload and stuff like that. So the time is not the problem, because I can always stream Conan the same day, and then I will still have my content. Yeah, I'm also kind of flexible about time and stuff like that. He is not normally awake extremely late. Some days he is, some days he isn't, so it would be, well, it would probably have been 3 or 4 hours ago, and then 1 hour of stream. over here. Hate those drop things. Go here, kill that one. So, well, and if he's not interested, then it would be you and me. So, and I am also looking into playing with Patreons in the future, but I have still not found out how to do that the right way and stuff like that. So, the firm I had with my own private server before getting into the PvP server, the problem I had there was, too much lag. The firm was based in Germany, and after one of the updates everything was in German. So I'm looking into the same place as this server are and then setting up, but yeah, there's some stuff with prices and stuff like that, and the size I can do with that. But it will be a server for YouTubers that want to play PvP, and then number of subscribers from each YouTuber, and then we will have YouTuber clan versus clan. So that could be an example, me with some mods and some Patreons, and let's say Wild Jester, and I don't know if she has Patreon and stuff like that, but yeah. And who could we take? Mort. I don't think Crojack would be interested, but maybe some of his Patreons would be interested. And then the PvP will be between the different clans, where the leader of the clan being the YouTuber. That's nice. We will set it up and we will give it a trial run, and if people like to watch it, then we will continue, as long as people like to watch it for at least one of the channels. But I really hope my plan is going to work. So, but I have tried to contact them, and they're not interested in sponsoring a server like that, so I would have to pay for it myself. But I think it would be nice for, even if the YouTuber don't have time and only use it to spend time with their fans, we can still get some PvP action and clan battles and stuff like that. So, but then again, I would have to find out what size it should be, and really don't think 40 people would be enough. So I am hoping I can play that back. Yeah, it might be that you need to do that. But the entire idea behind it is that, from my perspective, it would be a way to give something to the Patreons and some of my long time subscribers and mods, and yeah, people I want to play with. Because I do not have patrons enough to fill it up. And with me hosting the server and not being able to be on 24/7, I want some people I trust there to keep an eye on things. So yeah, and not that I want this patrons to then feel that they do not get what they pay for. I'm not sure, did I make this? I'm pretty sure I only used 1,000 on the other. Well, I don't want patrons to feel like they pay money for something the rest of the world get for free. But at the same time, I will have to have somebody that I trust to manage things while I'm not able to be on. So when I record on this server or stuff like that. But hey, pick that up. That was weird. So I'm pretty sure this was the length of the width of it. But did I make it shorter than 30? Yeah, we could ask him. I think he went to bed, but we can ask him next time we see him. Don't remember him talking about Overwatch, but it might be. I think there's something wrong with my dimensions. Does this look wrong? I think it does look longer than it was before. Because I had so much spare things last. Well, I will bring the last ones and then we should make it fit, more or less. Oh, I should leave those things in this chest. I'm pretty sure this is wrong. Well, I'll, as I said, bring the last of them. While we were talking too much and not paying attention. Yeah, I forget to pay attention all the time. So, but yeah, so far so good. I am 99.99% sure that I have done something wrong with this build. We'll have to check my building video, because it's hard to create the same structure. If this foundation is wrong, then the rest of the building will be wrong, and I do not want that. Nope, I do not want that either. Please go Ray, Black Rhino. Please go Ray. Oh, it wasn't me you were chasing? Good. Yeah. So I actually do not know what we should talk about now. Oh, sorry. Ran out of drinking stuff. I will be right back. I am back. Yeah, also check my link. Yeah, I will check the link when I'm done with the stream. So, well, if there's something wrong with the dimensions, I will have to check that and redo it between this stream and next video or stream. I don't think I can ask you people to stay an hour or something while I watch my video to find the right dimensions. That would be weird of me. But we should have to build at least some walls and stuff like that to build a little wall in place with the chests that I brought up there, just to keep it more or less secure. Again, no offline raiding, so that should be okay. We have been going 2.5 hours. Yeah, I want to have the stream be at least 3 hours, but I'm not entirely sure how to do that. Unless I get lost again. So, yeah, in case there's no online, I don't know how to get it to be 3 hours. So, but yeah, we are getting close to finish the foundation, but I think I made a mistake somewhere, somehow, but I'm not sure at all. So, let's see. Am I getting lost again? No, we are going the right way. Yeah, there's the temple. Nice. So this should be, if I remember right, the last run with foundations. Then it is furnace and resources. And then we only need to tear down buildings to get the rest of the resources we need. So of course we could use some time tearing down the pyramid. That would probably take 5 minutes or something like that. So yeah, if there's any new in the chat, we are concentrating on moving the entire base. So I will have to tear down all these buildings because I need the resources for the build. And we need foundations, I think. So let's see. Well, I am willing to make some changes to the... We have a lot of resources. Okay, that's good. Put you in there. We don't need you right now. We will need you. Then let's try with 50 and 50. Anything else we need at the moment? That cannot wait. Nope, I think we got most of it. So, yeah. Oh no. Oh, good. This video will be a lot of running back and forth. But at the same time, we're getting a lot of work done. I have decided to stay in the clan. And I have decided that there was no reason to wait with the move. The reason for these decisions are, simply that I want to get closer to the higher level players. That would be possible to do some PvP with. I had some fun PvP with Wild Jester, where she actually came out and attacked me, while other people I've tried to do PvP with has hidden inside their base because they're not level 100. So I do not mind people defending them how they want to defend themselves, but I want some what I will call real PvP, player versus player, not player versus wall you cannot climb, something like that. So, but we are getting close to the end of what I have planned for this stream. I am hoping that when I look, some people are getting on. But as always, I cannot promise anything. Oh, that was 3. I was reading the chat. Yeah, well, I'm max level. Then we have Cicerone. He's not max level yet. He is still leveling up. As far as I know, he has a full-time job and wants to become a YouTuber, so he creates YouTube videos. So he don't have the same amount of time that I had to fast level to get to the PvP. Sadly, I was not fast enough. So I'm running around like in this post-apocalyptic world-ish with half-finished buildings by big YouTubers that they left in their effort to level up, and hoping to find a little bit of PvP. So, but yeah, when castle is done, I'm beginning to build this big huge city. People will probably get interested in taking a look, then they get close, then we can have some PvP. Or maybe they are running to some place to get a thrall and they see this huge city and try to take a look and have some PvP. So yeah, I'm really hoping this city thing, when it's done, will draw in a lot of attention to me and to the clan, and possibilities for PvP. I know Ike had ordered some new parts for his computer that he needs to continue. Or at least that was he saying, so I trust that he's honest about it. Yeah, his problem is that everything is lagging. Mainly, I think it's because of his giant building, but well, I don't have the same problem, and if I don't have the problem, then it could be due to the computer he has. So, well, I know a bit of hardware stuff, and yeah, not sure about the whole gaming thing. What actually makes it lag most? Should he get a better internet connection or a better computer? It also depends on his internet connection and his computer. What got my attention with Crojack is his passion for building in games. Yeah. I also like Crojack's building. I think it's a bit sad he concentrated this much on trying to make a raid-proof base on this server. And that is a black rhino. Yeah, instead of trying to create one of his big, ginormous castles or something like that. As he is saying, he has a passion for castles. He saw Ike's castle and he was like, well, now I also have to build a castle, and then he stopped playing. Oh, you. I thought it was the black rhino. Yeah. Well, he talked about raiding Clan Warborn due to the fact that he got raided by Clan Warborn, but he never did. And thank you. So, well, we can hope that he decides to get back after some of the updates, but I would not hold my breath and hope. Yeah, that thing is from America, I think. Well, I would not set a timeline or something like that. Really think I have made a mistake in this building. So, as long as it's not too big, it would be quite easy to fix. Let's see. Well, if most of this is one layer, and it was only the other half that was 2 layers, then I couldn't be that much off. Maybe I miscounted on the length. Nope. I think it would be some boring videos if I tried to hold my breath until Crowjack got back. So, but he did say that he wouldn't say that he would never return. That there might come some updates in the future that could get him to get back to the game. So we can hope, as Crow fans. Oh, I need to place one there. Okay, so we're back to the double. That was sad. So yeah, I have to have made some kind of different settings because I'm pretty sure I only had 1,000, and that was enough for the castle and this gatehouse. So I will have to count one extra time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, this is easier if I take one of these. Let's take you. I'm sorry for what you're about to see. It's going to be a bit boring. But this should be 30 if I don't remember wrong. So let's take this. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh my god. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So that was 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That was the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So it is 30. So apparently I miscalculated something else. Well, yeah, I would probably do that before he got back to the game. Turn purple and hit the floor. So I actually think we are going to craft no. We could. I'm going to craft some walls and a door frame and check who is on. So I'll be back in a bit and then I will craft the stuff. So I checked no one was on. Yeah, 90 degrees. That's the one I want to use for his tower. The new outside thingy. Craft me. 10 of those would be fine. One of those would be fine. One of the... So... Do I have enough for a staircase after that? No, wrong staircase. 2 would be fine, I think. All good here, arrow checking and running my where they drive. Yeah. That's a good thing. So the reason for this is I could go on and tear down all the buildings and stuff like that and make it this size, but we designed this entire I designed this entire castle in the other server, and I want this castle to be like the other one because I think the other one was epic. So let's just do it like this. Has to have a bed and it has to have some different... Oh. Yep. And this. And this. No reason for a roof at the moment. So I will take one last run back to the castle, to the old place, and take whatever I can carry that we can fit in here. And a bed. So let's see. You can stand there. Give all. I will actually give it most of this also. I said half. Thank you. Give me that one. Put that in there. I have left all the arrows. Put that in there. Oh, 4's fine. Remove that. Put half of these in there so we have some in storage. And then we are returning to the old base and beginning to empty it out. Yeah, the interior is not really designed on the other castle, which is the reason that I can change some of it, but I really do not want to. But yeah, I want throne rooms and other rooms and all that, but I'm going to decorate it in a live stream. And then after the live stream, I'm going back. I'm taking a lot of screenshots after the live stream. And then I will go back on the other one and decorate it like that. So I want the... what should we call it? The community to design most of this city alongside me. At some point I will probably kill you. Yeah, it's going to be... I like we keep losing that right now. It's going to be a community city with a community castle. I have gotten different ideas from some of the viewers about the castle name, but I actually think I will call it the castle, the Wolf's Den. Then we have Rito's Tower. Then, yeah, I will maybe name some of the thralls, working thralls, after some of my long time subscribers and stuff. So it could be Wishes was my first subscriber, by the way. So it could be Wishes the blacksmith, and then a nice looking house, and his help designing it, and a blacksmith in there, stuff like that. Yeah. Well, with the length of my live streams, normally I think we could probably decorate, yeah, half the castle, so the ground floor in one. Some of the rooms I will maybe design, because I know how I want the throne room. I want this, you get in through the gate, then you get, and the other end of the castle there's a throne, maybe raised a bit. So the throne room will actually decide more or less how the rest of the castle will look in the bottom tier. If you look at the video, the castle is humongous, and that is, as I said, only the castle. The castle overlooks the city. We have the escape route to Rito's Tower. So I think when I'm done, this city will be the biggest built thing on the entire server. And if not, we are going to build it bigger. Yeah, Wolfsbane City could be nice. So, but if they really are putting in trading in the game, so different clans can be friendly to each other and then have trading with each other, I want to make it a trading city. I'm also thinking about see if I can build like a Colosseum. Maybe not a Colosseum, but a building for planned fights. So when you get into disputes, you can actually plan out an event to fight each other. So there's a lot of big plans and a lot of farming involved, but as always I will try to do most of the farming in the off screen. I will have some farming streams, I think, just to get time to do it all. Yeah, well, I think my blacksmiths will be, so we have the working area in one half of the building and the living room space in the other half of the building. So let's see. Oh, how much wood can I carry? Or should we tear down the other? No. Well, that was wood, and steel oh, we have more wood. That's too heavy. 95. How is it looking with bricks? Oh, we have a lot of that. Yeah, we would need a bed. Let's take this one. Should we leave some of these maybe and then take some bricks? I do not like big castles because they are unrealistic. I really only would use a little. Yeah, it's also a good way of looking at it. So the castle is not supposed, just to inform you, the castle is not supposed to be the main focus on the build, on the project, but rather the city. So, and well, the reason for building is to get a chance to use some of these different kind of things they are talking about implementing in the game in the future, like thrall management. So you can give your different thrall work schedules. You can give them routes they have to patrol. You can set them to turn off and turn on and off light different times a day. Thought I heard a hyena. So to show off this thing they are talking about implementing as best as possible for you guys, I think it would be a good idea to have different buildings, to have the thralls walk between and stuff like that. And then they were talking about trading, where you can send your thralls out on trading missions between different clans and different members of clans, and the possibility of implementing road systems where you can build road that will make that go faster. All of that they talked about in one of their update thingies back when they decided to put extra 10 millions into the development of the game. So some of it was ideas tossed around that they would like to do. Some of it are things that would come, and I got a bit confused of what was what. But in case they're implementing that thrall system, I want to have buildings to show you guys the different things. I see it as my job as the YouTuber in this relationship we have to inform you guys. So new stuff, I make an update video. Then I try to implement the different stuff, like the elevators that I'm going to implement between the castle and Rito's tower. So I can show it off how it would work in actually in game. Yeah. So so far the archers are back at base still. So the dimensions of the castle, I might change them a bit, so the castle is not that elongated. But I have to check that I had the same dimensions now than in the other one. But the real reason is I wanted to look from the outside like a castle with the keep in the middle and the wall around, but being one big building. And I only had the sizes for the towers, so I just built it. But I could shorten it like somewhere between 3 or 5 foundations. And the function of the castle will be defense of the city, so it also have to at least hold some archers. So yeah. But well, the function is important, and yeah, most of the time I'm alone on the server anyways, so it's a good way to show off new stuff. Yeah, as far as I've understood, when the management system comes, you will need at least beds for all non-working thralls. So if I have double the amount of thralls, then actually workspaces for them and have them 12-hour shifts, then I will need at least that beds enough for the same amount of thralls that I have active, so the other half can sleep. So, but I'm not sure I understood everything correctly. But if I did, I will need a lot of space for a lot of sleeping thralls. Because if I need, let's say I need 25 archers spread out between the entire city, then I want some patrolling fighters. So let's say 25 fighters, and then all the craftsmen. Well, maybe 20 craftsmen. Then we need 70 beds spread out throughout the city. So we need the room. And the shorter they have to walk between the beds, the better I would think. Yeah, well, as I was saying, I'm not sure I understood it correct, but well, I can try to find the video again and link it in the Discord. Then maybe you can tell me if I misunderstood everything. Should we bound to this bed? I'm not sure that is a good idea. So we have this building. Well, I think I will end the stream here, and then I will watch my old video and see what the actual dimension was, and see if I need to change some of it. The balcony part of the castle was a big, so that's the reason I can shorten it without changing the overall look of the castle from the outside. So I will look into that, and I really hope you enjoyed this stream. If you did, remember to hit that like button. If you didn't, then hit the dislike button. Leave comments if you see this after the stream, and give me good ideas for this city thing. I think we have something good going on. So, yep, I think that was everything, and I'm stopping the stream.